Hello. There were two basic narratives about China in the popular press in 2024. The first is that China is poised to displace America as the world's leading superpower. The second is that China is on the verge of collapse. Well, neither of these narratives will come true in 2025. China is a manufacturing powerhouse. They produce 32% of the world's manufactured goods compared to 16% in the US. They are also becoming a strong technological competitor to America in several areas, including artificial intelligence. And in 2025, China will flood world markets with electric vehicles that cost half the price of their Western competitors. Their Belt and Road Global Infrastructure Initiative is giving China control of the world's precious minerals and metals, including uranium, lithium, platinum, and rare earths. It has also enabled them to control ports and other critical infrastructure across Africa and Latin America, including the Panama Canal. 150 countries have joined Belt and Road, including 27 members of the European Union. China's BRICS alliance recently expanded from 5 to 10 countries, plus an additional 13 partner countries. 23 more countries are applying to join BRICS. BRICS is creating global financial institutions to compete with Western organizations like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. They are also working on a global financial settlement system that will compete with the European SWIFT system. And there are ongoing rumors about BRICS issuing a commodity-based currency to compete with the dollar. China has also recently convinced Saudi Arabia and other OPEC countries to sell oil for Chinese yuan instead of exclusively accepting dollars, as has been the case since the 1970s. However, China has its share of problems too. China's national debt to GDP ratio is as high as America's, and is expected to grow faster than America's over the next decade. But most of that debt was run up by China's local governments, not the national government. And the national government has recently assumed the debt and presumably has a plan to deal with it. China is also in the middle of the largest real estate bubble in the history of the world. Many Chinese families didn't only purchase their own homes or condos, they also invested in speculative real estate ventures. China has much more housing capacity than they can use, and their population is stagnant and may even be shrinking. China's real estate developers built entirely new cities, which have become ghost towns, filled with high-rise apartments that are completely empty. Some foreign manufacturing companies are also starting to leave China. The Japanese government is incentivizing Japanese manufacturers to come back home. The Trump administration is preparing to do the same. And India is starting to lure Western manufacturers like Apple away from China. And lastly, there is a growing concern about China's increased aberrant behavior in the South China Sea. As a result, many of Chinese neighbors, including the Philippines and Vietnam, are cozying up to America. So what is in store for China in 2025? Well, more of the same. China will become a major technology competitor to the US, even as some of its manufacturing prowess is eroded. They have a real opportunity to blow past American, German, and Japanese car manufacturers. BRICS will continue to challenge Western financial institutions, and their Belt and Road Initiative will continue to allow them to control the world's precious minerals and metals. We will see if they are able to fix their debt and real estate bubbles before it consumes them. Regardless, China will remain a powerful economic competitor to the US, and their various international initiatives will continue to challenge the West.